And as we were just leaving the aisle and turning down the exit way towards the door, we seen the Walmart employee running up the center aisle in the back behind the checkouts, yelling, "He's got a knife! He's got a knife!" And as he turned around, he was like, "Get out of there!" And there was like a mass wave of just blood curdling screams from the back of the store that was rushing forward. Like somebody had just, it was like a wave of screams.
Mm-hmm.
And I could see through the displays, like you had those gaps and you can kind of see through them. I seen like a lot of motion every which way, but I seen one thing that just kept coming through. And I was like, okay, I'm going to focus on this. And I seen him right when he got in front of me. And he locked eyes on us, literally like looked left, had the knife out. And you could, it was just like a movie, a cartoon. Everything just slowed down.
Yeah, it looked like he was running
weirdly,
awkwardly too.
And so I yelled, my daughter, I don't know if I was pushing the cart or you were pushing the cart, or
for some reason I think I was.
Either way. I yelled at my daughters and I said, my daughter and a friend, I said, "Stay here." And I just took off running after him. And as I came around the corner, I remember his like trying to slash somebody, or he got him in the shoulder. So I'm like, I don't have a weapon. I'm just going to grab an empty grocery cart. So I grabbed the empty grocery cart and I took off running. And right when I came to the exit of going outside, I just noticed him stab a woman in the, took his left hand and he just ran by her, elderly lady, and stabbed her right in the back, like lower side of the ribs here on the right side. And then all of a sudden, just she went down and there was blood pouring out of her. And I couldn't have him. He kept trying to go straight, but he had taken his knife from his left hand and shuffled it back to his right hand and turned around like he was going to get her again. And he had locked eyes with me at that time. And he saw me with the cart and he tried to turn back around. And that's why I rammed him. I think he fell down and he tried to get up and come at me. And then the other guy with the cart hit him from the left side. And I tried hitting him. And then we just kept pushing him back towards like the little cement area where the light pole's at. And I just said, I'm just going to try to smash him with the cart. So I tried to pick the cart up as high as I could and just smash it on top of him. But unfortunately, he got behind the light pole and then scrambled between two cars that were nose to nose.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point in time, I look over left and I see Derek in his white shirt and a pistol. And he's coming right at him, and he's commanding him to just stop, drop the knife, drop the knife, drop the knife. And that's where you see me in the video come around the back of the car and back him up. At that point in time, I had no idea who Derek was. I just knew he was a man that was coming in with a pistol to control this situation, and he did a hell of a job. I commend him on so much for being the one to be able to pull that gun out at that time and, you know, do what he had to do at the same time. That's when I came up next to him and I started yelling commands to drop the knife, drop the knife, drop the knife. And he didn't want to drop the knife. You could see he didn't want to. He was hesitating to do it, and he kept having it up. And then he kind of wanted to put it on top of the car, and then he just drew it back and then thought about it some more and then slowly folded it. And when he set it down on the ground in front of him, I grabbed it. And that's when everybody thinks I had a cigarette in my hand or something. But no, it was the knife in my left hand. I was holding it like this, trying to keep it away. And I circled around the outside of him. I don't remember how he got put to the ground 100%, but I remember being on top of him afterwards and holding him there and yelling at him, "Don't you effing move." And he kept yelling at me, "I'm a soldier, I'm a soldier." And I said, "Well, I'm a Marine," loudly yelled it. And he kind of stopped saying what he was saying. And no more than 10 seconds after that, a deputy from up there came in. I heard him just coming in hot with a cruiser, and he just booked it right at us and jumped on him and had the rifle into his face, had both knees on him, and we got him flipped over. He tried to flip back, but then we got him back down, and then I held his legs for the deputy, and we detained him, and another deputy came up and grabbed him and brought him to the cruiser, emptied his pockets, and I still had the knife, so I walked the knife over to the cruiser and set it down. And the other deputy that came in hot with a rifle gave me 2 med packs and told me, he said, "Follow me." And so I followed him to the man that had a shoulder wound, or his left shoulder was just sliced wide open. So the officer put a tourniquet on here, and I was handing him the gauze and everything and breaking open the packs. And we tried to help the lady in the wheelchair, but she had plenty of help. But I was right there beside her for a minute. But yeah, after that, I just had to talk to the police, and it was just wild.
A lot of people online have been calling you guys heroes. Do you consider yourselves to be heroes?
I don't know.
He is. There's no doubt about that. What he did is not many people will ever be able to do. I mean, he took off like it was his job. It was his job to go get it finished, shut it down. I followed him to help. he didn't need my help.
You mentioned that you looked into the attacker's eyes when the attack started. What did you see?
Like I said, it was like slow motion. The moment I seen him break that exit way, because you know if you're leaving, you're checking out, you go right, and you can see the doors on your left, and there was all the displays, and I seen him just pop out, and it was like a cartoon or like a movie. The way he had turned left and looked at me looked at us and had that knife forward like he was running, but his run was like very leaned forward, like he was trying as hard as he could to get
It
out.
seemed like it was sloppy.
Yeah, but when I seen his eyes at that point in time, but he looked so out of this world. Like,
Yeah, he didn't look like he was with it.
he didn't know what was going on. He knew what he was doing, or maybe he didn't, but he was like everywhere with what he's doing. But when we were yelling in the parking lot and you could see his eyes, then it looked like his eyes were just bulging out, and he was panicking and didn't know what to do and sweating. And yeah, it didn't look normal. I thought he was on drugs, like for real.
I took that film because I thought they were going to kill him, and I figured video evidence would have been the smartest thing to have at that moment. I really did. I am not somebody that videotapes this stuff. Whenever I'm live in action of something, I'm usually in it. But I seen at that period of time, I was like, all right, it's under control. If the guy swings at anybody, he's getting shot. So
Yep.
I was like, this video needs to be had. It wasn't for any sort of other reason, not at all. I asked him, I'm like, should I post this? Because everyone's asking questions. I'm like, here you go.